What did you just read?
That was crazy. Now this is the shit I like to see.
It took us like 60 episodes.
Oh my god.
To find the spiciest Reddit story. And I think we just found it. Guess who's back?
Back again.
I didn't want it to go that way, but I
was
knew
going
it
to.
had. Yeah. Welcome back to Spicy Reddit Stories, everyone. We're back.
It's another one of these Reddit roulettes.
It hasn't been a while for you hools, but for us, this is the first time we've been recording together for about 3.5 weeks.
That's not true. Yesterday we recorded.
Well, they don't have to know that.
Why? Why not?
Because then that makes up a... Oh, no, I guess we didn't say the podcast. Oh, whatever. I ruined it. You
did ruin it. Fuck.
I did.
Yeah, it's been 3.5 weeks since we sat down here and recorded a video. But we both have been, to be honest, have been very excited to get back into it. Because it's been a little bit.
It's been a tiny bit, but I'm super, super excited. Are you?
No.
Good, I wasn't talking to you. So let's go. Let's get into it.
Okay.
Since you're the least bit excited, let's have you go first.
Okay.
They're already back and they're already arguing and they're already having a tiff.
They already hate each other. So, this story was posted on r/offmychest. It was posted by user Rolex_DJ. Title is Just Woke Up. Husband isn't home and he only left a letter.
Ooh.
Yesterday was great. My husband, 41, called me, 38. While I was at work, and he asked me if I wanted to have dinner tonight. Being the romantic he is, I knew that it would be lovely since our life has been 90% work the last couple of years, and we haven't gotten out in weeks, so I accepted. After we got home tired, I almost immediately fell asleep while my husband stayed up reading. We have 2 kids. The first one is 16, while the other is 9. Around 3 a.m., I heard the main door, so I suggested it was my daughter. I shrugged it off and went to sleep. This morning I got up and my husband wasn't home. Of course, I thought he was at work because he leaves early, but a letter on the pillow addressed to me in my husband's handwriting made me think.
Oh God.
Yikes. After reading...
It's like written in fancy cursive, like you wrote it with a quill.
A quill.
Have you ever written with a quill before?
No, but I've always wanted to. I feel like it's very satisfying.
It is. I didn't get to write it on on like that type of old paper, but yeah. I went on a field trip when I was probably in the 2nd grade or 1st grade or something like that, very, very young. And one of the things at the gift shop was a quill with ink, but it wasn't like already ink. Like you had to like melt it, or you had to bake the ink so that you could write with it. And then like I took a sheet of loose leaf and then I just wrote whatever. I forget what I wrote, but I had a time. It was fun. Anyway, y'all didn't need to know that, but now you do.
I've always wanted to use like those like fancy pens that kind of looks like it's writing like a quill.
Like a fountain pen?
I think so. Yeah. Like those fancy ass pens. I've always wanted to use that. I watch those videos that come up on TikTok all the fucking time.
I just think of when I think of a fountain pen, I think of the comedic gag where, you know, someone puts the fountain pen in their pocket or something and it explodes.
Oh no.
And then there's just like this like puddle of ink just leaking out of their tit pocket.
Tit pocket? I've never seen that.
I've almost thought you meant you've never seen a
I've
tit
never
pocket
seen a
before.
tit pocket before in my life. Okay.
You know, technically it's on the outside of the shirt, but if you think about it, it's a little pocket to hide your tit.
You're so right. It's just it can only hide a little portion of one tit.
Yeah. And that has, they need the like flap that they have on the back of the onesie pajamas.
Oh my God, and you can take a peek.
Yeah, you can take a little window to the nip.
I love that so much. All right.
Anyway, back to the serious fucking story, everybody.
God, Darryl. After reading the letter, long story short.
Brianna.
I can't read. God. Okay.
I think it's very funny that I have been friends with you for, can we almost say 6 years now?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've, since day one, knew your name was Brianna, but I still call you Brianna.
It's okay. My literal best friend does that too, that I've known for almost 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, she does that too. It's okay.
I've accepted it. I crushed my so long ago.
Yeah, to be honest, I really don't have a preference on how people say my name. Just don't spell it wrong. That pisses me off.
Even if you're one N off?
Yes, that especially one N off.
What?
Because so many people have done that. I've had people spell it like Branna, and I'm like, no.
Brenna.
And then I've had people use it Bry. That's wild.
Oh,
Brianna. Brianna. Jesus.
Brianna Cranston.
Brianna Cranston. Okay.
The jokes have the funny has left the station.
There's not one comedic here. Okay, let me restart that. After reading the letter, long story short, he said he couldn't handle things anymore and that life was great before we had the kids. He also mentioned that he left his last paycheck on the kitchen table for the kids. There was nothing else. No explanation where he was going or will he be coming back. We were in love, but I guess work was an obstacle between us. I am scared as I am typing this. My job pays me minimum wage, and the money he left us will only last us 2 weeks. Somebody please give me advice. I know my daughter, 16, won't react as much, but my son, 9, wouldn't understand the reason he left. I am lost.
Oh my god.
Yikes. There's also a little edit, but what are your thoughts?
I think I regret being funny earlier. For one, but wow, what a scumbag.
Yeah,
Holy
no, what
shit.
a piece of shit, dude. He said, yeah, life was great when it was just you and I. What?
Yeah. And he didn't have the guts to say that to her face. Like that, he shouldn't have said it to her, period, but he didn't. Just the fact that he left it in a note is
wild
just
as fuck. And left at 3 a.m., bro. That's big pathetic energy.
That's big pathetic, you know.
And like one of your
3 a.m.,
fucking
no
kids
one-
is 16
Yeah.
and the other is 9. They're like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Also, OP saying, I don't want to assume, I don't know what their daughter's like, but I know my daughter, who's 16 years old, won't react as much. If I was 16, my mom,
holy shit.
if I was 16, I'd be angry. I'd be pretty pissed.
I'd be pissed the fuck off, but maybe, who knows if they don't have like a
maybe
good
they're not-
relationship or something.
Maybe they're not close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That didn't mean anything. Who knows?
Who knows? But let me read this little edit. I have read through some of the comments, although I don't have the time to reply to all of them with the problems I have right now, so I would just type here. I called the police and explained the situation because I was worried something happened to him. Keep in mind this is still in the morning, both my kids are sleeping, so I called my dad to come pick them up. After some time, the police called and said the search was on. My husband's location before the phone went off was on a highway, so they said they will check any motels. Of course, the kids wanted an explanation about their sudden leave to their grandparents, but they also, more importantly, wanted to hear their dad, as my daughter figured something about him was going on. Before I started typing this edit, also the reason I am typing it, the police called, said they found him in a motel a few hundred miles out of town with another woman. When they brought him back, he packed his things and I kicked him out screaming at him. Regardless, I will be filing for divorce and probably suing for the trouble caused today. Thanks to those that supported me and for those that asked about the 3 a.m. door. My daughter has a key, and in my town, you could say everyone knows each other, so everyone her age goes out at night. I will try to update after the divorce if anything happens. Yikes!
Wow. Small town, huh?
Small town.
Small town vibes.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, good for OP here. Good for OP.
Found him with another woman because she was bro, that's crazy because the wife was like terrified that something fucking happened to him or like he, I don't know, could have done something to himself. Who knows? And then to just find him
canoodling with another person,
another
woman.
fucking woman. Dude,
Jeez.
wow. The boxing match that I would have with that man.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. And just for a penalty for cheating on you, you'd have to have both hands tied behind the back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get like a 20-minute head start. So I can just beat the fucking shit out of him.
And it's like, all right, ref, ring the bell.
All right, ring the bell. And he's just on the floor.
He's just on the ground like...
Oh, yeah. Fuck that.
Oh, God.
I'd be so fucking angry.
I'm pretty angry right now.
I'm so mad.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of these comments were telling her to like please call the police and like look for him because all of it pointed like he was gonna do something a little drastic, or like who knows, he could have like hurt himself or something, because like he took her to dinner and like had like this whole romantic night before he left, and then left his last paycheck. Like that sounds like someone.
Yeah, that's like it, like they know that it's like
they're either leaving or like they're gonna do something to themselves.
Either way, they've made up their mind about something.
Yeah, but that's wild to go through all that fucking like worry and like who knows what they were feeling during that moment, and then to just find him with another woman. Oh my goodness gracious, dude.
Yeah.
I would be.
Damn, can you imagine doing a live show where we're just like joking about this, and then we get down to this, and like everyone in the crowd is just like, it's like we'll take them on the roller coaster with us. Like,
yeah. All right, it's your time to shine, King.
Brother.
All
right, my first story is from r/confession. I paid 3 months of rent by stealing things from Walmart and Target, then selling them on eBay. Title explains it for the most part. I'm in a rough spot. Lost my job, had to move from my house after being fucked over by a quote-unquote, quote, friend. Had to give my cat to someone to watch over them, and my girlfriend is lucky she gets 20 hours a week at 13 an hour.
Oof.
Which simply isn't enough to cover our rent and bills. Both of our phones are shut off right now because we can't afford the service, and we're eating like shit because we barely have money for food. I went into Target with a food delivery backpack twice and stole a bunch of food for us, and didn't even get glanced at by employees walking out. So I got the idea to try stealing a couple things to sell. I stole a fairly couple small items in the $150 range that a lot of people are required to buy every year, so I figured they'd be easy to sell. In parentheses, I'd rather not give as many details as to what to avoid my eBay possibly being tracked down.
Fair.
And managed to sell them all in the same night. So I went to several more stores and stole more of the same item, as well as a few other smaller items in the same price range, and have managed to sell all of them the same day. I've now made enough to pay out rent for 3 months and phone bill for 2, and I think I'm going to stop stealing while I'm ahead and start buying things to resell on eBay instead. I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, these multi-billion-dollar companies can afford the $2,000 loss, especially the way they treat employees. I worked for one of the 2 companies in the past and know firsthand how well they treat employees.
Damn.
You know, I'm extremely sympathetic to people that are in situations where it is just financially rough.
Yeah.
Because been there, and it's like, it's not fun to be in a shitty situation like this, but admitting to committing a crime on Reddit is wild. But, you know, if this person gets caught, it could just make all of this so much worse.
Yeah.
You know, and trust me, I am not, you know, go big corporations, let's fucking go, you know, and it's, but.
Like, honestly, they probably already know that he's stealing, because, like, cameras. Like,
yeah.
And a lot of these places, like, wait until it gets kind of crazy, and then you're like, whoa, that's kind of wild. I definitely think you should not keep doing this.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to add bail and court fees on top of everything you're already going through. Yeah. Like, it's good, I guess, that for right now you have the money for, like, 3 months of rent and, like, food and, like, all that fun stuff, and, like, you have, like, your phone again and shit. But I think while you have, like, you have all this set up and settled for right now, you can focus on, like, trying to find another job or, like, just another source of income that isn't illegal.
Yeah. And also, if they're selling, like, stolen stuff on eBay and somebody gets that, like,
they can get in trouble too.
They can probably get in trouble too, I'm assuming.
Well, maybe. Because obviously the person didn't know, and if it's not like obviously it's not going to be stated on eBay. It's in the description. Like, hey, I stole this, by the way.
Now, when they get it, there's like a little handwritten note that says, "If the cops come looking, do not." You don't know anything.
You don't know.
This letter will spontaneously combust in 3, 2. Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll actually get in trouble, but they'll probably have to confiscate or whatever, maybe, whatever you did buy, just to be like, hey, this is evidence.
The person doesn't want to give it up.
They're like, no, I need this. I need toilet paper.
They take their wife instead. It's like, all right, you don't want to give us the merchandise back? Well, we're going to take your wife.
As collateral.
Says the FBI. You know, and also, like, on the food end, like, I'm glad that where I live, like, I kind of thought about this. I was like, oh, I know a place where they don't have to worry about food as long as they are, like, I guess, like, still technically registered as a resident in the particular city that I'm in. There are places where you can go and it's not like a shelter or anything like that, but you can go and you can get basically just like groceries for free as long as, you know, you're registered to live there and whatnot. And
that's awesome.
I think that type of thing is really great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if OP has anything like that where they live. Obviously, I don't really need to know or want to know where they live, but it's just getting worse and worse out there in terms of how expensive shit is. And I see a lot of people with, like, having their rent gouged the fuck up, and just like I said, the cost of everything, but like also especially the cost of living. But I would hope that OP could, instead of stealing or thinking that they have to steal, that they look around for other resources like that. And there's no shame in going to those types of places. Mm-hmm. You know, I have friends that work at these places, and it's a lot of times they get people that are kind of like, you know, embarrassed to be there, but it's you know, so it's like I know that that's just where I'm at, but, you know, I wish that could be a place everywhere, a thing everywhere. Mm. I stumbled through that, but
I stumbled through that. Alrighty, let's move on.
Yeah. That's the transition sound.
So, my next story is from Am I the Devil? But it was originally posted on r/true off my chest. The title is, My Ex Got Revenge on Me in the Worst Way Possible, and I Have No Way to Clear My Name. Ooh, baby, let's strap in, y'all.
Double seatbelt it? Are we double seatbelting it?
Yeah. We gotta double.
Or actually, no, are we unbuckling for this?
Strapping in? Why are we
why
would we unbuckle? All right, guys, get loose.
Because we want chaos. We want it to be loose and fun and flappy.
And flaccid. All right. Last year, I cheated on my ex-girlfriend of 8 years, in parentheses, Annie, with a colleague, and in parentheses, Jess. So Annie's the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, and Jess is the colleague.
A harlot. I mean, no.
A harlot. Jesus Christ.
She probably didn't know.
Yeah, probably not. Okay. Who I now have a 3-week-old son with. Yikes. I have no excuse. It cost me my job and the majority of my friendships, along with the love of a good woman. I deserved it all, and I have never expected any sympathy for my actions. Annie delivered my stuff to my parents' house before I even knew she knew about the cheating. She didn't even confront me. She just cut me out of her life without a word. I messaged everyone we knew, begging them to ask her to talk to me, and I sent hundreds of messages telling her how much I regretted everything and wanted her back. I never got a response. Jess saw the messages, and it obviously caused issues between us in the beginning. But she fell pregnant quickly, so we moved past it for the sake of our family together, which we both wanted. I'm 100% committed to the relationship and haven't even looked at another woman since things settled down. In the final stretch of Jess's pregnancy, about a month ago, I saw Annie in a shop for the first time since the breakup. She was pretty cold towards me, but said that a few months ago she found a keychain my granddad got me when I was very young. It's not valuable, but she knows it means a lot to me, and she said I could come collect it the following Saturday morning. I explained that was 6 days after Jess was due to give birth, so I'd probably need to be home. But she said I could either get it on Saturday or it was going into the bin. So I agreed a time to go over. My son was born a few days late, but he's perfectly healthy and wonderful. So he was less than 24 hours old on the Saturday I needed to collect the keychain. I planned to pop in on the way to the hospital, but when I got to my old house, Annie invited me in to talk about how things ended between us. I thought we had a good conversation and that both of us walked away with closure. She let me apologize for the way I treated her, wished me the best with my new family, and hugged me as I left. I admit I held on tightly for the hug, but it was purely because of the relief, not lingering feelings. I spent less than an hour at her house, then headed to the hospital. I didn't tell Jess about any of this because I know she still feels insecure about Annie, and I didn't want to add fuel to that. When I arrived at the hospital after seeing Annie, Jess had revoked my access. and the ward manager wouldn't tell me why. I ended up being removed by a security guard because I was denied seeing my son for the second time ever and didn't respond well to being blindsided. I tried calling Jess and her mom over and over, and the only response I got was a screen recording of a message from Annie. It was doorbell footage of me walking through the door at 9:30, then back out just after 10:15. And the hug is only partly caught, so it does look like we could have been kissing. The message Annie sent with it said, "Did he even shower and change his clothes between fucking me and holding his son? Congratulations on being stuck with him for the next 18 years. I hope it's everything you dreamed of." My God. Oh my God. This is fucking crazy. Okay. No one believes this is a setup at all. It's something I would never have expected from Annie, and no one else would either. So they're completely rejecting the idea that this is a lie. I sent her a message asking why she did this, assuming I'd still be blocked. Her response was that she wasn't going to let me play innocent, and that I may have deleted all of our messages over the past few months, but she hasn't. Obviously there are no messages, but she blocked me again straight after, so I have nothing at all to exonerate myself with. She waited in silence for almost a year, then took the most cruel and vindictive revenge she possibly could. I have met my son once, minutes after he was born, and now Jess is refusing any contact with me and won't let me see him. Court will take months and my heart hurts every minute of every day. I know what I did to Annie was horrible, but I don't deserve this. I have no one to talk to about it because not even my own mother believes me. Her only question was why I ruined my life with a baby when Annie was willing to reconcile. And that's about the most supportive thing she's said to me since I was dumped. The few friends who stuck with me are assuming the worst too, and it's killing me that not a single person I know sees this for what it is. Everything is ruined.
Oh my God.
Holy shit!
What did you just read?
That was fucking crazy! Now this is the shit I like to see!
It took us like 60 episodes.
Oh my God.
To find the spiciest Reddit story. And I think we just found it.
So do you have any thoughts right now? I kind of want to say karma's a bitch, but I mean, like, damn. That's wild as fuck. This top comment is kind of crazy.
Karma is kind of like Father Time. It's not biased. It just takes and claims.
Yeah, that's wild as fuck, dude. This top comment by HFQG. The weird thing about lying is that no one believes you anymore, even when you tell the truth, because everyone assumes a liar is always lying. Some wisdom from my mother. That is hard facts. That is hard facts.
Oh boy.
But like, damn, bro, to cheat on your partner of 8 years with someone from work.
Yeah, no, that's remember like the last episode we were like, yeah, don't date your coworkers or something. I can get messy. Like, it can like ruin your job, but it's like you can just be a weird environment to work in if something goes wrong. But oh my God, this extends to every facet.
In fucking sane, dude. I'm so sad the user was fucking deleted, bro. I want to see if they fucking said anything. But on the Am I the Devil post,
she wanted to find this OP.
Dude, I want to be like, what did you say for yourself?
Stick a tiny microphone in their face. Do you have anything to say?
Okay.
Mister?
So, someone did post a few comments that OP made, but like it didn't say like what they were replying to. So these are just OP's comments. But they said, dude is fighting for his life in the comments. Delicious. So apparently, allegedly, OP said, if I truly wanted to be with her, I wouldn't have cheated on her. That's the bottom line of the matter. Wow. Why didn't you fucking break up? Which the person who posted this comment said, then why did you break up with her if you felt that way? OP says, we mutually decided not to use protection. So I imagine this is someone probably asked why him and the work colleague didn't use protection.
Yeah.
So OP said, we mutually decided not to use protection, but yes, that was based on the end of my relationship with Annie. Our entire relationship could be considered a trap on that basis, but I understand why she did it. I made false promises and she held me to them. Yikes! OP says, I lost my job, my relationship, and 80% of my friends. My sister refers to my son as a whore's bastard, and my parents defend her. They won't have Jess in their house, and they regularly tell me what a disappointment I am.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh man.
Damn.
That's like the ultimate hell on earth. Because it's like nobody on this world wants to be considered a failure or a disappointment. But imagine living every single day just like on the regular, just
being
having people
told
tell
that you are, oh my God.
That you are a big fat old D disappointment.
That's fucked. That is fucking crazy. Oh shit.
What?
So OP had posted another comment of a conversation between, I believe, the family, like his family, so like his sister, his dad, all that fun stuff, and him.
Yeah.
So I imagine the sister said this. She said, why did you think we wanted anything to do with a whore's bastard? And OP says, shut the fuck up. And then the dad says, don't speak to your sister that way. OP says, Dad, how would Dad, how would you feel if someone called you, or someone called one of your children that? And the dad replies, I would never have a bastard with a whore, so that would never apply to any child of mine.
Oh my God, what is this fucking Game of Thrones?
What the fuck is going on, dude? Well, first and foremost, the kid does not deserve to be like treated any kind of negatively because he has nothing to do with it. He's just the product of what happened.
Yeah. An unfortunate product of an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, like leave the kid out of it. Right. I get being not a fan of the work colleague, especially if she knew of the marriage. And I understand just shitting on your son for being a piece of shit, to be honest. But I don't know. I fear that his family is not going to want anything to do with the kid. That's not cool. That is not cool.
Let's hope. We can only hope that that's not the case, but...
Yeah. Man, that's crazy as fuck. If there's any updates and y'all find it, please send it our way. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a couple updates that we have missed.
Yeah.
And I'll take full responsibility for that one for not covering it.
Alrighty, let's move on.
Alrighty, hools. This post was cross-posted from relationship advice onto r/am I the devil. The title is, I, 37 male, want to try and get back with the one who got away, 36 female. Is there any chance of that happening? Well, tune in next week on Dragon Ball Z to find out what happens on Mr. Rogers. Anyway, I've been tearing myself apart just thinking about her and how things ended. I can't stop no matter how much I try. This is going to be a long post, and I know I'm writing a lot of rambling and nonsense. Let's get through this together, everyone. When I was 37, God damn it.
When I was 37.
When I was 37. When I was 20, I met the most beautiful woman, Lila, who was 19 at the time. She was beautiful both inside and out. She had the most gorgeous dark brown hair that looked red and purple when the light hit it just right. These golden brown eyes and lashes that looked like a doll's freckles on her rosy, plump cheeks, and a single dimple where she smiled a certain way.
Why you start reading like that?
Because it sounds like a romantic novel. I'm sorry that you don't like it, but I'm
stalker.
I'm playing to a potential audience, the creepy audience, I guess. Now you want to label me as a stalker? I'll read that. When I was 20, I met the most beautiful woman, Lila, who was 19 at the time. God damn it, Brianna.
Sorry, my meds.
When I was 20, I met the most beautiful woman, Lila, who was 19 at the time. She was beautiful both inside and out. She had the most gorgeous dark brown hair that looked red and purple when the light hit it just right. These golden brown eyes and lashes that looked like a doll's freckles on her rosy, plump cheeks, and a single dimple when she smiled a certain way. Is that better?
Yes, much better.
She was a year younger than me, but she was always so much smarter and mature in every aspect. She was a mature 19.
Ew.
We dated for 2 years. I met her parents and her no-nonsense cop father. Wow.
And her no-nonsense cop father.
We dated for 2 years. I met her parents and her no-nonsense cop father. Definitely gave me the stink eye at first, but he grew to like me. I mean, it says stank eye, but I don't know why I didn't say stank eye.
Stank.
I'll have the stank eye, medium rare, please. Her mom adored me right off the bat, always commenting on how my green eyes complemented her daughter's golden brown eyes in the most romantic way. I still don't fully understand what that means, but I like the compliment. Her younger siblings loved playing in the backyard with me. She met my parents and my 2 brothers, and they all loved her right off the bat. My younger brother was the same age as her, and they were going to college together and help each other study in some of the shared classes their majors had. Hell, even my 6-month-old dog I'd adopted even before meeting her seemed to like her more than he liked me. She told me in her dreams how she wanted to own a home that was tucked away from everything, but not completely isolated. Also, to quickly go back to the dog real quick, if you're a single guy, I feel like most of the time, if you have a dog and then you meet a woman and she, ends up being in your life for the longest time, your dog will grow to like her way more.
Yeah.
I would even argue to say love you more. Mm-hmm. It's just something you gotta accept, fellas. And the sooner you accept that, you might grow an inch or 2 on your penis. But she told me her dreams, how she wanted to own a home that was tucked away from everything, but not completely isolated. How she wanted to be a doctor, and that she wanted to help people. She wanted to be a pediatrician. She loved kids. She always said she wanted a family, and she didn't care how many kids she had. She just wanted to experience the ups and downs of motherhood. She wanted the good, the bad, the ugly. I listened to her go on and on about baby names and how she would design a nursery. At the time, I thought I wanted kids too. I wanted to marry this girl and give her the family she so clearly wanted. She was my Lila. I wanted to stay with her forever. I was young, but I was in love with her. After 2 years of dating, I started to realize that I didn't want to have kids. I thought I was just being around too many of my bratty cousins, and that was turning me off from the idea. But the more I thought about it, the more the idea of having to be a father made me sick. I would get headaches, and my stomach would twist in knots thinking about having to take care of some screaming, crying, and shitting little thing, and then have it grow into a tantrum, throwing toddler, a bratty child, and then some moody teenager. I didn't want to be held down like that. I wanted to travel, have money, be free. After a few drinks one night, I ended up telling all this to Lila. I remember she went quiet and simply said, "I won't try and change your mind, but I'm not giving up on my dreams." I remember scoffing and rolling my eyes, telling her that we weren't going to have kids. She stood up from the couch and said, "You might not want that anymore, but I still do. I'm not going to try and force either one of our minds to change. Then one of us will end up miserable." I realized she was breaking up with me, and even though she was so calm and mature about it, I remember feeling so angry. She was walking around the apartment gathering her things and being completely silent. I kept arguing with her, trying to change her mind. I kept telling her that it was stupid to want kids, that they were annoying and a waste of time. When she still didn't budge, I started to insult her. I said she was stupid, that she was a weak woman for wanting to be a mom, that she should just give up on being a doctor so she could push out her brats. Lila finally started to respond to me, telling me to calm down, that we simply wanted different things in life and that was okay. I hated her in that moment, that she wasn't agreeing with me. Oh my God. I remember punching the wall of our apartment, kicking a door, throwing anything I could to get my hands on. She watched me wreck our living room and kitchen, not saying a word. She walked past me and left. This whole thing happened over a few hours. In less than a day, I lost the love of my life, and my apartment was now trashed.
Damn.
Of course, news of why we broke up and my reaction to it reached my family. My mom cried hearing how I reacted. My dad gave me the coldest look I'd ever seen. My brothers both said I was an idiot, with my younger brother saying I was lucky Lila hadn't called the cops on me during that. Wait, the 6-month-old? Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, the 6-month-old Darryl. Yeah. Wait, the 6-month-old? Yeah, he said all that.
The younger brother, not the youngest. Anyway, that was 15 years ago. I've tried to have relationships since, but they've never lasted more than a few weeks. I travel around for work, but now I'm back in the same town Lila lives in. Lila got married, got her doctorate, had kids, and is still a pediatrician last I heard. I know my younger brother still kept some contact with her in the first few years after the breakup. He even invited her to his wedding, but she declined because she didn't want to cause drama. I'm back in her town, the town we both grew up in, dated in, lived in, and where she currently lives. I can't stop thinking about her. I miss her so much now. I miss her sweet perfume that smelled like a bakery, her strawberry shampoo, the way her hair looks in the light. She should write a country song about this, brother. She's 36 now, and I want to reach out to her and make amends with her. I want to hold her and hug her one last time to tell her I love her and I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a good idea, but a part of me needs closure. I don't know what to do. I want to sweep her off her feet and have her be my love again, but I don't know if that ship has sailed already. Unfortunately, I think that ship
so,
sailed.
my man. I think that sailed 15 years ago.
Time ago.
That's rough as hell, dude. Wowie.
Damn.
I
was like, the fact that he wasn't able to, really hold a relationship for more than a few weeks after that is kind of, I guess, the universe's way of saying, like, you know what? Screw you. You
fucked up.
You fucked up big time.
Real big time.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
It's super important to be like on the same page with stuff like that, especially like where you see like your relationship going, and like if you want to start a family. Like so many relationships have ended because they don't agree on the whole starting a family thing, and that's okay. Like you can have whatever opinion you want, and you can feel however way you want it, but you can't force the other person to try to change their mind, or
and even sometimes you might be on the same page, but sometimes things change. But that's why you need to communicate.
Yeah.
You're not going to react the way that OP did.
Going ape shit is not the fucking way to have this conversation with someone, or like try to convince someone to stay. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You done fucked up hard by doing that, OP. But you were also drinking, I guess. And, emotions were high. Like, you very obviously love this fucking girl, but it's just not the way to go. Not the way to go.
I have nothing against alcohol, but if it's enough in the wrong person with the wrong personality, it can make people incredibly ugly.
Yeah. Some people should just not fucking drink because it turns them into a fucking evil ass person, and that's disgusting. But I also feel like it doesn't necessarily turn them. It kind of like heightens what is inside of them.
Right.
Right.
And it's not like it's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, like you definitely have those tendencies.
Yeah.
I definitely think you should leave this poor girl alone. She has her own life. She has a family. She's married. She has her kids. Like, she's a fucking doctor. Yeah, like she did everything that she had planned in her head that she wanted. And I don't think you have the right to just go in there and try to fuck it all up.
Yeah.
Because you decided to be fucking insane and completely blow up on her when she was calm and mature about everything.
Right. She didn't fight back. She just walked right past him.
Yeah.
That's
she handled it like a queen.
That is a fucking queen moment right there. That is a boss ass. Say it with me, bitch.
Well, guys, that was Reddit Roulette. Hope y'all enjoyed those fucking crazy ass stories. I had a fucking blast doing that. If you're interested in binging all of the other Reddit story videos that we have, there's an entire playlist that's going to be linked at the end of the video. And if you go to our channel and go to playlist, you can just see that right there. It's right there, front and center. So check that out if you want to see all the other videos.
All right, bye.